Hey everybody, today I want to talk about a very special Beatles album that I just posted to my website, needlemeetsvinyl.com, and it is the Beatles White Album. This is the Beatles' very famous double album released in 1968, and this happens to be a UK pressing of the Beatles White Album. And I've had two other copies of the White Album on my website before, and ever since then there's been a lot of you who've sent me emails and Instagram messages saying, when are you going to get the White Album on the website again? And I've been working very, very hard trying to find as many UK pressings of the White Album, actually German and UK pressings, of the White Album as possible to get another one up on the website. And I finally found this one. I went through probably close to around 7 or 8 different pressings of the White Album. A couple of German pressings. As you all know, I love the German pressing of the White Album. But the original UK albums, pressings of the White Album, are just excellent as well. And this one happened to be a very, very, very special UK pressing of the Beatles White Album. And by the way, this is of course a stereo pressing of the White Album. I love the mono mix as well, but the mono mix is very, very hard to come by, an original mono mix. If you want to go the mono mix route, I recommend the 2014 mono remaster that they released. Those are getting harder and harder to find as well. But you can do it. They have some on eBay, but it'll cost you a little bit of money. But let's talk about this UK stereo pressing of the White Album. So this is an early 70s pressing, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful album. And this is side 1. And this is side 2, and it's of course on the Apple label. And it just has a lot of kick. That's the best way I can describe this UK pressing. Has a lot of power packed into this. And there's just something really special about these UK pressings that have a lot more of just that warm analog sound that a lot of later pressings and a lot of the CD, the digital remasters and stuff tend to lack, in my opinion. You can't beat the UK pressings of the White Album. They just have that warmth and that extra little bit of oomph about them that's really, really great. And in addition to that, of course, the White Album was remixed a couple of years ago now, 2 years ago. And while I love that remix, I think it's very, very cool, and I think it's definitely worth owning. You can't beat the original stereo mix and the mono mix of the White Album. You just cannot beat it. The stereo mix, for a lot of us, is the mix that we all know. It's ingrained in our brains, in our hearts. We all just know this mix so well. So finding an amazing sounding pressing of it is so important, I know, to so many Beatle fans, including myself. And that's why I am such a big supporter of... I love the new remixes of the Beatles albums that Giles Martin has done, but I think the original mixes that George Martin and the Beatles did in the 1960s are always going to be the ones that everyone always goes back to, because those are the ones that forever, for the rest of time, these will be the only mixes that all 4 Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, and George Martin, and whoever the engineers were at the time for each of the albums, either Jeff Emmerich or Ken Scott or Norm Smith, those people, lots more. These mixes are the only ones that those people all would have signed off on. As great as any of the new remixes can be, or the remasters or whatever, they're never going to have all 4 of the Beatles and George Martin and all the engineers who've signed off on them. So that's why these are so special. And this is side 3. Got the beautiful Apple logo, which I always love. And then there is side 4. And these just an amazing sound. If you're looking for the White Album to add to your collection, this is one that you will absolutely treasure. And on top of that, it comes with the original poster, which is in great shape. I won't unfold it because if you want to know what it looks like, you can do a Google search. And on top of that, it also comes with the original, let me get them out of here, the original portraits of each of the Beatles. And these are on really thick glossy paper, which is very cool. There's John, there's Paul, there's George, and there's Ringo. So, this is a complete UK Beatles White Album, and it is just an excellent, excellent, excellent listen. There's the gatefold if you want to check that out. It's not numbered, by the way, but it sounds amazing. So that's the only negative thing about this, is it's not numbered. But the whole numbering thing is a whole thing in itself, right? So, this is the Beatles White Album. If you want to add this to your collection, go to my website, needlemeetsvinyl.com. And like I said, by the way, yesterday I posted the Magical Mystery Tour German pressing. That went within 25 minutes. I kid you not. 25 minutes. It was gone. So if you're watching this video and you see the time that this was posted, go to the website right away and pick this one up, because it's gonna go quickly. It might already be gone. I don't know. And by the way, I gotta say, I never take that for granted. I'm so honored that people are buying these records that I'm finding, and that you guys trust me, guys and girls. You guys trust me when I say that these sound excellent, because I really love finding these records, and it's so much fun for me. And honestly, it's also really fun when someone picks up one of these records, they get it, they listen to it, and then they write to me and tell me how much they love it. It just means so much, because the Beatles are so important to everyone, and just music in general is important to me and to everyone. So being able to do this kind of side job that involves records and music and stuff, I don't take that for granted. So I really appreciate it when you guys and gals end up actually buying some of these records. So that's it for now. So go to the website, needlemeetsvinyl.com, check out this White Album. More records are definitely hitting the site this week, and I also will have my Hard Day's Night 10 facts you maybe didn't know about the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night album. That video will be coming within probably the next 2 days. Those 10 facts videos take me a little bit longer, just because I have to do a little bit more research, and I like to kind of have a little bit more of a production value with some of those videos, where I like to include, photos of people or different pressings or stuff like that. So stay tuned, lots of stuff happening, and that's it. So bye for now.